What's up, SNA Assassinators? I'm back here 5 seconds later. And this time it's the full year anniversary of AEW Collision, which I can hardly believe that it's been a whole year since they've been AEW's third show they came out with every 2 year mark, like of the 6 year period of AEW, I guess you could say. Well, I'll say the 6 year, I'll say every 2 years, like in 2019 they had Dynamite, 2021 they had AEW Rampage, and in 2023 they have Collision. But let me tell you, like this was a very fun episode. And it was also Father's Day, and I forgot to tell you, assassinators, that or whoever fathers, I want to wish you guys a happy Father's Day, because this was also Father's Day is the edition, because we saw Christian Cage have a segment like with his. We'll have a segment with his patriarchy family and have a special announcement, which I'll be later on, because for now we got the match with John Moxley and Bryan Danielson and Claudio Castagnoli and what's his name, Wheeler Yuta. Like the Blackpool Combat Club took on Team New Japan, which was TMDK, which that's the current IWGP and New Japan Strong Openweight Tag Team Champions. And then we got and then they also teamed with Asuka, Rocky Romero, and also Leo Rush. This where, yeah.
Do you have paper for these?
Yeah, I do.
Okay. We not do it later, but we could do it. Can you open these up?
Can you ask your mommy and daddy to do this? Because
she said no.
Just wait until when it's time to play with these. If mommy said no, maybe it'll be best to just play with these another time.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm not trying to be mean, but I'm just trying to make sure you do this when it's more.
Should I play with them on that paper?
Maybe you should play with these tomorrow. Maybe you can find something else to play with.
No, I want to do these.
A tray.
I don't like my toys. I want this.
Weren't you rather like watching the show or a movie?
No. I want this.
Uncle Super Ninja Austin's doing the podcast right now.
Do you? Let's open this up. Let's open this up.
But anyway, I
I
can't open this up, and I'm gonna be blamed for if I open this. You're like, why would you open this? Everybody's gonna be asking, why did I open it up? Like, and when your mama told you not, tell you no, not right now. Like maybe you should wait until it's a perfect day to do paint with these paints.
You're right. I want to play with this.
Not right now, though.
No one.
But anyways,
No.
we do get the match with the Blackpool Combat Club against Team New Japan. Start off with Rocky Romero and the American Dragon Bryan Danielson. Yes. Yeah, go ahead. You can still have just keep it until it's time to paint. But anyways, or was it Leo Rush? No, it was Leo Rush. This is where I was like, I don't think I ever seen this match before. Not even on AEW, nor a WWE or New Japan. This is where then we got they were about to go for a horn locking battle. This is where we got Bryan Danielson trying to go for an attic roundhouse kick right up in the attic head of Leo, but this is where he ducks out of the way. This is where we got no, don't bust it.
No.
Stop.
No. I'm not ready.
Really? This is where we got Leo. We want to play with these paints, but I'm not sure if you should be playing with these right now. They're trying to open this up.
I want it.
Go get it from mommy.
Okay.
Anyway, this is where we got him kicking right in the gut, but this is where Danielson stopped. This is where then he tried to go for a sleeper right onto Leo Rush. Leo Rush flip right out of him, going underneath between his legs. This is where then Bryan Danielson and throw Leo Rush right into the left side. This is where he did try to. This is where he tried to dodge Danielson, try to go for close line. He goes to the right, run to the right. This is where he goes for a slide. But this is where we got Leo Rush jumping right over him to a dodge. This is where he got a roundhouse kick by Leo Rush. But this is where Daniel. This is where the Danielson and duck out of the way. This is where he's like too slow, and this is where Leo Rushton hilariously looked like he said not too slow enough for not slow as you are. This is where then Danielson's like, what's that supposed to mean? This is where he kicks him right into the like the inner thigh of Leo Rushton on the right side. This is where he hits a European uppercut right to the upper corner ropes. This is where he sweeping from the top to the bottom. This is where we got Leo Rushton going for an arm drag, going for a springboard Kirk and Rana. This is where we got him then ran right to the bottom rope, just go for a wheelbarrow maneuver. This is where Danielson counted to a belly, hit a face first, right into the upper left side turnbuckle. This is where he tags in Willer Yuta. This is where they start going back and forth. This is where they try at one hand. This is where we got Willer Yuta try to throw Leo Rush, but Leo Rush the counter tried to throw him instead. This is where they started countering each other with throwing them each other right into the turnbuckle. But this is where we got Leo Rush won that war, right, hitting having them get thrown right back first into the turnbuckle in the bottom left side. This is where we got. This is where Leo Rush and duck Willer Yuta's clothesline, hit a step up Instagiri right to the head of the former Ring of Honor Pure Champ, or the current Ring of Honor Pure Champ. This is where we got Asuka then tags himself in the match. This is where he backed up Willer Yuta. This is where he's like, we used to be best friends. Like, whatever happened to you? This is where Willer Yuta's like, that's all in the past. Like, I found some real friends that actually treat me like a real man. This is where they start hitting forearms to each other. With Willer Yuta getting the first forearm in. This is where surprisingly, like Willer Yuta was like the babyface and Rock Romero was like the heel because everybody started cheering for him. And this is where we got Romero was getting booed. This is where he started hitting some chops right into each other, which they earned himself number 1 and number 2 spot, surpassing Drew McIntyre. Which we got, Gunther was disappointed that Drew McIntyre did not win the World Heavyweight Championship, but he was very. This would also made him annoyed that these guys are mocking him in AEW like always. So he's gonna put it right there. He's gonna wait for him when the time is right to murk him with his chops, which he's focusing on Damian Priest right now. But anyway, this is where we got Willer Yuta Irish Whip, Asuka right to the right side. Rocky Romero did a baseball slide right on the Willer Yuta, hit the step up Mr. Giri right on the him. This is where we got Willer Yuta then hit a slide swinging out and in of a rebound, hit a German suplex onto Rocky Romero. But this is where he tried to go for a pin, but this is where he's like, yo, I have a better idea. I'm gonna pick him back up. I'm gonna go for a suplex, but no, like I'm gonna tag in Claudio. This is where then we got Claudio's like, wait just a minute, like I hold him up. This is where he hits a pump kick right to the head. This is where Claudio Castagnoli start hitting some European uppercuts. This is where then he bounced right to the left side, throw him to the right side. This is where try to go for clothesline and go for a back clothesline. But this is where we got Rocky Romero then ducked both ways. This is where he hits a Hurricane Rana right on the Claudio, which he later right into the bottom left side. Is where Rollins tagged it. That's where then we got Nichols and get tagged in and gets uppercut by, and this is where he gets uppercuts Claudio Castagnoli. This is where of TMDK, one of TMDK of New Japan, and hit a snapmare clothesline right onto Claudio. This is where he tried to go for big Claudio kick out. And then this is where we got Shane Haste, which we all know is Shane Thorns. Like then tag himself in the match to Nichols. This is where they go for a double clothesline to Claudio, but this is where Claudio counters out of it. And they twist their arms together. They hit the double face collision, face. This is where he hit the double running bulldog when he ran right to the top corner of the ropes. This is where then he tags in Bryan Danielson. He goes up right up on the top rope in the upper left side. Is where he hits a middle drop kick right onto to Shane Haste. This is where then Danielson was shaking like, yeah, this is my match. This is where then he started going for the yes kick right into the face, the running kick to the head of Shane Haste. But this is where he went to try to go for a second time, which wasn't a guarantee because Shane Haste came out of nowhere with an interception with a big elbow strike looking like the hidden blade. And I was like, it seemed like that Bryan Danielson cannot get a break of getting hit with some elbow strikes. This is where then we got Shane Haste go right to the upper right side, grab grab onto Danielson, but this is where Danielson counters, try to go for the label lock right onto Shane Haste. This is where he was like, I'm gonna make you tap out. This is where we got Nichols and what's his name? Leo Rush and Rocky Romero try to stop Danielson, but luckily Danielson's allies, Yuta, Moxley, and Castagnoli came in to even the odds and beat down the right into and send him right to the outside in the ringside area. This is where we got and then this is where we got Asuka Rocky Romero to go for a clothesline right onto Bryan Danielson. This is where he started doing the Asuka dance. This is where he closed. This is where then we got then Bryan Danielson to go for a clothesline. This is where then he start after he go for a clothesline. This is where then he picks up Bryan Danielson, put him right up in the upper left side. This is where we got Rocky Romero to try to go for a Hurricane Rana because he started wiggling his hips forward and back. This is where he tried to go for a Hurricane Rana. But this is where Danielson countered and hit a gut buster right on the top. Like off the top rope, like an avalanche gut buster by hitting him right into the gut, more if not or even the other place that rhymes with gut that you do not want to get hit because it's going to damage your jewels like for the next 14 days. Like it already enough that happens to what's his name to Bryan Danielson started tagging to either John or Claudio or Willard. But that's where we got Shane Haston then double clothesline both Claudio and Yuta out of the ring. This is where he tried to collect Bryan Danielson, but this is where Danielson then landed safely right into the upright side. This is where he started doing and it's like the power of TMDK. This is where then he tried to go for a clothesline, but this is where we got Danielson move out of the way. This is where then he tagged in Claudio. It was Willa Yuta and John Moxley he attacked. My apologies for misleading you, but this is where Claudio Casino came in, did double axe handles on everybody, and a European uppercut to Nichols, like his tag partner. This is where he started hitting some European uppercut and he started some bionic punches. The Shane Haste. This is where we then he's gonna go left, right, striking back and forth, right and left and right. And this is where then he the spin around from the referee when the referee told him to stop. He's like, okay, I'm stopping. And he's like, psych. And then 2 seconds after 2 seconds later, hit a big European uppercut right into the face of Shane Hayes. This is where he dips him right to the left side, go to the right side, hits a body drop right onto in the middle of the ring. This is where he started doing the robot version of the style and profiling Rock. This is where he hits a European uppercut to Rocky Romero. This is where he did grab a steel chair. This is where like he was about to use his weapons. The referee's like, what are you doing with that? Like, you better not be using that or we'll be DQ'd. This is where Claudio's like, relax, I'm not gonna use it on to the my opponents. Like, I'm just using it as like a stepping stool. This is where he did so when he stepped on it and fly like about 7 feet in the air, hits a European uppercut right onto the face of what's his name, Nichols. This is where then Claudio Castagnoli did got back in the ring. This is where he then got back up in the ring. This is where he was in the upper right side. This is where he started doing the little teeny run, like if you was SpongeBob, like you're doing those little tiptoe runs. This is where he hit the double foot stomp onto Shane Haste after he did that little walk. This is where then he did spinning around his finger. He's like, who wants to see me spin him around? This is where he turned around to Haste. This is where he tried to go for the Claudio swing, but this is where we got Nichols went to the left side. Goes for a clothesline onto Claudio. This is where we got Willa Yuta to go for a drop kick onto Nichols. This is where he goes for a suicide dive to a tornado DDT. It's where or suicida, that's what it's called. This is where we got Nichols to hit face first, right. This is where Nichols threw what's his name, Willard Yuta, face first right onto the barricade. Is where we got Shane Hastings trying to go for what's that, like a fireman's maneuver, but this is where Claudio flipped right out of it. This is where he saw John Moxley was coming. This is where John Moxley hit a box cutter out of nowhere, so just like an RKO. This is where then he did ask. This is where then John Moxley was like, yeah, like, you want some more? Like, I just need to tag in Claudio. This is where he hits one again. This is where he had Nichols sent when Nichols tried to help out his tag partner. This is where he sent him right to the bottom corner ropes. This is where he went to the diagonal corner on the upper right side. He stepped right there, turns around, hits a forearm right to his face right there. Went to the upper right side, hit a clothesline to him right there. This is where John Moxley then licked his head like, wants to see me beat him 10 times in a row right up in here. This is where everybody.